Good morning, everyone. It is a pleasure to have all of you at this board meeting today. I am Tan Sri Muhammad Danal Irfan bin Zainuddin, the chairman of this board meeting. First of all, Ms. Vinci, could you please confirm the presence of the quorum today?
Sure, Chairman. There is a quorum present pursuant to Clause 60 of the Constitution. The meeting can be called to order.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Vinci. I hereby declare the meeting duly convened. So this notice of the board meeting has been sent to all of you in advance. Does anyone disagree with it? Okay, seems like everyone agree with it. Then, with the consent of the member present, I would like to declare that the notice convening the board meeting has been taken as read. Before that, Ms. Vinci, could you please explain the voting procedure that will be taken throughout this meeting?
Sure, Chairman. The flow of our meeting will follow the agenda stated in the notice of board meeting. The directors will need to vote on each agenda mentioned in the notice. Thus, please raise your hand when our chairman asks for a vote later in the resolution. The agenda will be resolved when all or majority of the directors agree with it without any objective. Any questions from the floor? All right, I will pass it back to the chairman.
Okay, thank you. So before we start with the first agenda, we need to accept meeting minutes of the previous board meeting that held on 20th September 2023. So the meeting minutes has been sent to all members through email in advance. So the minutes meeting will be accepted as correct if there is no question or changes need to be made. Does anyone have any question or changes that need to be made to our previous meeting minutes? Okay, all right. Then let us move to our first agenda. Okay, firstly, the agenda is to review and approve the audited financial statement for the financial year ended 30 September 2023, together with the report of the director and auditor's thereon. Datin Tibashri, could you please explain the report summary on the audited financial statement?
All right, Chairman. As we know, the auditors from Ms. Crow Malaysian PLT have audited company's financial statement for the financial year ended 30th September 2023, which included statement of financial position, statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income, statements of changes in equity, statements of cash flow, and notes to the financial statement. Our auditors have expressed an unqualified opinion where the financial statements for the financial year ended 30th September 2023 are true and fair, and it's complying with the Malaysian Financial Reporting Standards (MFRS), International Financial Reporting Standards (IFRS), and the requirements of the Companies Act 2016. That's all from me.
Thank you, Datin Tibashri. Does anyone have any question about the audited financial statement? All right, please raise your hand if you agree to approve the audited financial statement for the financial year ended 30 September 2023, together with the director and auditor's report. Can I have Ms. Sok please count the vote?
The votes have been recorded, dear Chairman. All agreed to approve the audited financial statements for the financial mentioned together with the directors and auditors report.
All right, since everyone agreed to approve the audited financial statement for the financial year ended 30 September 2023 and director on auditor report, I hereby declare that the agenda has been resolved. Hence, the audited financial statement will be circulated at least 21 days before the date of the upcoming 10 AGM, and they will be presented in the upcoming AGM only for discussion with the other shareholders and auditors. Okay, now we will proceed with our second agenda, which is to discuss the election of Datin Siti Nur Adlin Fatia binti Mat Saad, who retire pursuant to Clause 85 of the Constitution of the company and who being eligible offer herself for election. Ms. Vinci, Could you explain further the requirement to elect the new director?
Sure, Chairman. Clause 85 of the Constitution of the company expressly states that a director appointed by the board should hold office until the conclusion of the next AGM of the company and shall be eligible for election, but shall not be taken into account in determining the directors who are to retire by rotation at that meeting. After referring to the register of directors, it is highlighted that Datin Siti Noor Adlin Fatia binti Mat Saad need to hold office until the conclusion of next AGM and is eligible for election.
Okay, thank you for the explanation. I would like to ask whether all of you agree to elect Datin Siti Noor Adlin Fatia as our new director for our company. Please raise your hand if you agree.
The votes have been recorded, dear Chairman. All agree to elect Datin Siti Noor Adlin Fatia as our new director for our company at the next AGM.
Thank you for the response. Since everyone agree, I will conclude that Datin Siti Noor Adlin Fatia will be elected as the company director for official appointment in the 10th AGM. So we will bring this agenda to the next AGM for ordinary resolution under ordinary business. Now let's move to agenda 3, which is to re-election of the director of the company during the upcoming 10th AGM.
I have some confusion about this agenda. Can Ms. Vinci please explain further on this matter?
Sure, Datin Fatini. Clause 105 of the Constitution of the company expressly states that at every AGM, at least one-third of the directors for the time being shall retire from office at each annual general meeting. A director retiring at a general meeting shall retain office until the conclusion of the meeting. In addition, Clause 106 of the Constitution of the company states that all directors shall retire from office at least once every 3 years. A retiring director shall be eligible for re-election. Tan Sri Muhammad Daniel Irfan needs to retire for the upcoming 10th AGM and is eligible for re-election.
Thank you for your explanation. I am clear with the agenda now.
You are welcome. Okay, how about Chairman? Do you agree with the statement?
Yes, I agree to retire and re-elect as the director at the next AGM.
Okay, did all of you agree to re-elect Tan Sri Muhammad Daniel Irfan as the company director at the next AGM? Please raise your hand if you agree.
The votes have been recorded, dear Chairman. All agree to re-elect Tan Sri Muhammad Daniel Irfan as the director of the company of the next AGM.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate the trust. I will be retired and re-elected for the 10th AGM. Do you have more questions regarding this agenda? Alright, so we will present this agenda for ordinary resolution at the ordinary business in the upcoming AGM. Okay, now we proceed to our fourth agenda to approve the payment of directors' fees and benefits. I would like to ask our director, Datin Fatini, to explain the directors' fees and benefits.
Thank you, Chairman. Previously, the Remuneration Committee held a meeting to review the directors' fees and benefits. After careful consideration, we agreed to maintain the same directors' fees and benefits at the same amount as the previous financial year. The total of directors' fees and benefits is Rm 750,000, unchanged from the previous year. This is just our team's opinion. Any comment or suggestion is welcome.
Okay, since there is no question from the members, let's proceed with the voting process. You may raise your hand if you agree to approve the payment of directors' fees and benefits.
The votes have been recorded, dear Chairman. All agree to approve the proposed payment of directors' fees and benefits for the financial year ended 30 September 2023.
Alright, since all of us agree, I hereby declare that the agenda is resolved where the amount for director fees and benefit totaling 750,000 and will need to have ordinary resolution in the upcoming 10th AGM. Okay, now let's move to the next agenda, which is the appointment of auditor and determine the auditor's remuneration. We start with the reappointment of the auditor. Muscro Malaysia PLT has been appointed as our auditor for 3 years, and their performance during this time has been exceptional. Therefore, we propose to reappointment Muscro Malaysia as our auditor for the upcoming financial year. With regard to this, I would like to ask for approval from all of you, and please raise your hand if you agree with this. Okay, thank you. We will now proceed with fixing the auditor's remuneration. In the current year, we paid Muscro a total of 70,000 for the audit fees. However, Muscro mentioned that the audit fees would rise to 75,000 in the upcoming years.
Is there any explanation for increase in their auditor's fee?
Yes, please allow me to explain. The workload of the auditor can impact on the audit fees. Since we anticipate outstanding performance from Muscro, it requires significant efforts and time from the auditors, leading to higher fees.
All right, thank you for the explanations.
Okay, we will proceed with the voting process if there are no further inquiries. Kindly raise your hand if you agree with this resolution.
All directors' votes have been recorded where all are agreed with the resolution.
Okay, since all members passed this resolution, I conclude that Muscro Malaysia PLT will be reappointed as the company's auditor with the remuneration of 75,000 per annum, and this agenda will bring to upcoming 10th AGM for ordinary resolution. Okay, now we move to the next agenda, which is to discuss the authority to issue shares pursuant to sections 75 and 76 of the Companies Act 2016. Ms. Sok, could you please help me to explain this to the directors?
Certainly, Chairman. According to Section 75 and 76 of the Company Act 2016, the company's directors have the authority to issue shares once the company obtains approval through a resolution. This authority comes into effect immediately upon the passing of the resolution and remains valid until the conclusion of the next annual general meeting of the company.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Sok. Okay, now please raise your hand if you agree with this agenda.
All votes have been counted. All are agreed with this agenda to be discussed further on the next AGM.
Okay, if there are no further concerns regarding this matter, we should move to the next agenda. Well, the next agenda is to review and approve the circular to shareholders in relation to the proposed change of name from Rancak Niaga Berhad to Rancak Niaga Holding Berhad. Our secretaries have prepared the draft for circular to shareholders regarding this matter. Are there any questions regarding the circular? Okay, since there are no other inquiries from the board, please raise your hand if you agree to approve the circular to shareholders.
Dear Chairman, as counted, all the directors agreed to approve the circular to shareholders in relation to the proposed change of name.
Right, since everyone agree, I conclude that the circular to shareholders in relation to the proposed change of name is being approved and will bring to the upcoming 10 AGM for special resolution under special business. Now, we will proceed to the discussion of the investment in Rancak Travel Sdn Berhad. I would like to express my appreciation for Datin Nur Syafiqah's comprehensive proposal. Could you provide a brief overview of the matters?
Thank you, Chairman. As a matter of fact, the tourism industry in Malaysia has the opportunity to grow due to the government's commitment to strengthening the industry. Considering the government's commitment to boost the tourism industry, we are confident that with the right resources, we can make the most of the opportunity. In the proposal, various aspects are covered, including marketing strategies, expansion plans, and financial projections. We aim to leverage these elements to capitalize on the growth opportunities and ensure a sound return on investment.
I'm particularly interested in the financial aspect. How do we plan to fund this expansion?
We propose to seek 50 million from Bank Islamic Berhad to fund our expansion plans and take advantage of growth opportunities available in the tourism industry.
Although I agree with Datin or Shafika, taking on a large loan involves serious consideration. What collateral are we offering in order to secure the loan?
Plan is to charge the loan against the lien at Mukim Pangkalan Indo in order to secure the payments, thus ensuring that our financial security is not compromised.
Tourism has potential and government support adds to optimism. However, we must carefully consider the risk to ensure that our investment aligns with our strategic objectives.
Okay, so if there are no further inquiries, we will proceed with the voting process. Please raise your hand if you agree with this resolution.
Counted, all directors have approved the investment in Rancak Travel Sembilan Berhad, Chennai.
Okay, thank you. If there are no further concerns regarding this matter, let's proceed to the next agenda. Agenda number 9 is to discuss the resolution to hold our AGM and authorize the secretaries to issue a notice. Ms. Sok, could you please provide us with an update of the proposed AGM?
Sure, Chairman. We have been discussing the scheduling and logistics of the AGM, and I am pleased to present the proposed resolution to the board today. We will hold our 10th annual general meeting at Raya Hotel and Convention Center, Plot 360, Mukim Titi Gajah, Section 2, Bandar 06550 Alostar, Kedah, Malaysia on Friday, 19 January 2024 at 10 a.m.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Sok. So before we proceed, I would like to open the floor for any question from the board members regarding the proposed resolution.
I have a question. Have we ensured that the necessary quorum will be present at the AGM to make it valid and effective?
Absolutely, Tatin Shafika. As per the requirements stated in our constitution, we will ensure that the necessary quorum is present at the AGM. Additionally, we will provide clear instructions to our shareholders on attending and participating in the meeting.
Alright, so I have no problem anymore.
It seems that we have taken all the necessary steps to organize a successful AGM. If there are no further questions from the board's member, Ms. Vinci and Ms. Sok, please proceed with the necessary action to hold the AGM and issue the notice to shareholders.
We will promptly initiate the process of organizing the AGM and issuing the notice to shareholders in accordance with the proposed resolution.
Okay, now we're moving to our last agenda, which is to review and finalize the notice of annual general meeting. Ms. Sok, could you please provide us with the update on the progress made so far?
Sure. We have prepared a draft of the notice of AGM, which includes all the necessary information and agenda items to be discussed during the meeting. Therefore, I would like to finalize the agenda that will be at the notice of the AGM.
Yes, you shall continue, Ms. Sok.
Firstly, we will go through ordinary business purpose. There are 5 agenda which is as follows. The first is to receive the audited financial statements for the financial year ended 30 September 2023 together with the reports of the directors and auditors thereon. Second is to elect Tatin Siti Noor Adlin Patia binti Mat Taat, who retires pursuant to Clause 85 of the Constitution of the company and who, being eligible, offer herself for election. The third is to elect Tan Sri Muhammad Daniel Ifar bin Zainuddin, who retires pursuant to Clause 105 of the Constitution of the company and who, being eligible, offer himself for re-election. The fourth is to approve the payment of directors' fees and benefits payable to the non-executive directors for an amount up to 750,000 in respect of the financial year ended 30 September 2023. The fifth is to reappoint Ms. Crow Malaysia PLT as auditors of the companies for the financial year ended 30 September 2024 and to authorize the boards of directors to determine their remuneration. Is there any other agenda to be included in the ordinary business proposed before we proceed to a special business proposed? Okay, I'll continue with the special business, which first is to discuss the authority to issue shares pursuant to Section 75 and 76 of the Companies Act 2016, and followed by to discuss the proposed change of name from Rancak Niaga Berhad to Rancak Niaga Holding Berhad. Are there any other points or agenda that I have missed?
Thank you, Ms. Vinci and Ms. Sok, for preparing the notice of AGM and accommodating the board's suggestion. If there are no further comments regarding this agenda, let's proceed to the conclusion of this meeting. Now, finally, we have reached the end of our board meeting today. I'm grateful that we could finish the discussion of our agenda as planned. Before we officially adjourn the meeting, may I have a summary of agenda we discussed today?
Yes, Chairman. I will now briefly summarize the 10 agendas we discussed today. For the first agenda, all directors review and approve the audited financial statement for the year ended 30 September 2023 together with directors and auditors report. For the second agenda, all directors agree and approve the election of Datin Siti Noor Admin Fatia binti Mat Saad as a director in the forthcoming 10th AGM. And for the third agenda, all directors agree and approve that Tan Sri Muhammad Daniel Irfan bin Zainuddin should be retired for the forthcoming 10th AGM and his re-election as a director. For the fourth agenda, all directors agree and approve the payment of director fees and benefit payable for the financial year ended 30 September 2023 with a total amount of 750,000 that remain unchanged from the previous financial year. For the fifth agenda, all directors agree and approve the reappointment of Maersk Co Malaysia PLC as the company auditor with a remuneration of 75,000 per annum. For the sixth agenda, all directors agree and approve the authority to issue shares pursuant to Sections 75 and 76 of the Company Act 2016. For the seventh agenda, all directors agree and approve the circular to shareholders in relation to the proposed change of name. For the eighth agenda, all directors approve the investment in Rancak Travel Sdn Berhad. For the ninth agenda, all directors approve the resolution to hold the 10th AGM and authorize the secretaries to issue a notice of AGM. And for the last agenda, all directors review and finalize the agenda under ordinary and special business in the notice of AGM. That's all concludes my summary of the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Vinci. Are there any questions from the floor? May I adjourn our meeting today? Alright, so I hereby declare that the meeting is adjourned. Thank you for your active participation and valuable contribution throughout this board meeting. Take care and stay safe.